charter flights there were blocked from taking off. Dave?
Simon, the White House has concerns about not being able to vet everyone on those flights, but some Republicans say many others left without proper scrutiny. Congressman Michael Waltz tells Fox.
We don't have the people out that we needed, and we have people out that we don't know who they are.
Another Congressman, Mark Green, claims some evacuees at Fort Pickett in Virginia have been allowed to leave the base. There were another 176,000 new COVID cases reported in the U.S. yesterday as deaths spiked up more than 2,100. President Biden will address COVID surge today.
What's being billed as his robust plan to stop the spread of the Delta variant and boost COVID-19 vaccinations. Now, the White House says it'll include 6 steps with new components like access to testing, mandates, ensuring kids are protected in schools, and pushing more people to get vaccinated.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. Days before California voters consider whether to fire Governor Gavin Newsom, Vice President Harris went back home to rally for the Democrat.
We want our leaders in California to have a vision.
There was drama for Newsom's leading Republican challenger, Larry Elder, while campaigning in Venice. A woman wearing a gorilla mask threw an egg at him but missed, and she scuffled with his security.
Elder claims his bodyguards came under attack, tweeting, "My security detail was physically assaulted, shot with a pellet gun, and hit with projectiles. The intolerant left will not stop us."
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. America's listening to Fox News.
Warner Bros.
You heard us right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have a deadly crash along McGregor Boulevard, shutting down the roadway between College Parkway and
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. and take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
License number CCC 1333045.
Did your roof weather the storm? Don't let leaks linger. Count on Crown Residential Services for all your roofing needs. Water damage can quickly become a big problem, but the Crown team is just a click away at crownroofing.com. Repairs, replacement, free estimates, and the Crown Guard maintenance program, so you can be prepared and stay prepared. Count on Crown for rapid, affordable, quality roofing solutions. Go to crownroofing.com. That's crownroofing.com.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Available at Navage.com.
No matter what it's like outside, Trane makes it comfortable inside. You can get a great deal now on a new heating and cooling system at Trane. Visit TraneInfo.com. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local dealer and more. Because it's hard to stop a train.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you so much for watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. DrewSteele.com. You go to the website there. There's a link so you can click on that and just type in Drew Steele to any of your favorite podcast locations if that's your thing. Hey, thanks to everybody who showed up yesterday morning, and it is done, and it is pretty remarkable. Our field of flags at 333 8th Street South in downtown Naples. If you've had a chance to see it, it's really cool. And it's made a lot of people emotional yesterday. I was hearing stories about people who were stopping by to take a minute to watch, as many here that work here and others that stopped by helping to plant those flags in the ground, the 3,000 flags to memorialize those that we lost on 9/11. Jake was there yesterday. It was pretty emotional. There were a lot of folks that stopped by and helped, and so we do appreciate you doing that. And hopefully sometime between now and Saturday, you'll have an opportunity to check it out for yourself if you haven't. And again, if you text the word flags to 239-479-5592, you'll get the address so that you can visit at any time you would like. This morning, boy, is there a lot to get into. Some of the things we'll talk about coming up. Nancy Pelosi had a few things to say about all things climate change and reconciliation. And as you can imagine, we're all going to laugh together because some of the things that she said are reminiscent of some of the things that Joe Biden says, which is, are they really sure what they're talking about and how long they can continue to do this, the left? How long can they ignore everything that is happening in people's lives right now, the tangible? You know, one of the things that people have talked about in the past is the only time you're going to have a politician who's going to be able to be successful, and you'll see it by the polling, you will see it by how many people go out to support them when they are on the road, as the former president has witnessed time and time again, and there are going to be some more times when people will get a chance to hear him speak. And it's because something in your life is tangible. You can actually see for yourself that gas prices are lower. You can see that there's more money in your pocket. You can see that there's less of a struggle in your life on a lot of different levels, where there are more people who feel unified behind the flag and the country and feel good about the direction of the country. And then there's moments in time where we are right now, where the left is going to completely ignore all that and have you believe what you're seeing is not really what you're seeing, but we're telling you that there's sunshine and roses, and not only that, there's going to be unicorns right across the rainbow. It is absolutely just, it's stellar what is on the way. And that's Nancy Pelosi, who brought a lot of that to the table yesterday we're going to talk about, and Joe Biden, who did the exact same thing as he was speaking to labor unions. He did that whole whispery thing. You know, the whole thing where he kind of leans in and he's like, man, I got to tell you something. I'm going to whisper in the microphone, and then everybody's going to... What did he say? I have no idea what he said, but he whispered, so that is really impressive. He did another one of those whispering things we're going to get to in just a second, and people are still confused. By the way, there's been a report out yesterday that the staff, Joe Biden's staff, people who are watching in different rooms, they're watching on a screen, they're maybe in the room. When he takes questions, and gets off the teleprompter, there have been reports that people are like, they're muting the TVs, they've got their hands over their eyes, they just don't want to hear, they don't want to see, they don't want to know what's going on because they know how ugly it's going to be. They know it. They know everything that you know. The polling is suggesting the same thing, that they know what you know. And the polling has been really bad for the president lately. The kind of numbers that should disturb people. And it was Sean Davis that brought this up yesterday before we get to some Joe Biden, Pelosi audio, and Jen Psaki audio on Afghanistan. Remember, how long are the left going to ignore the realities that are on the ground in places like Afghanistan? How long can they continue to ignore where even Democrats are like, listen, this is not what we signed up for. We didn't like the mean tweets. We didn't like the orange man. We didn't like the hair. We didn't like all the other things. But this is different. This is really different because it's in my wallet. It's tangible. I see it at the grocery store. I see it when I am buying gasoline. I'm going to begin to see it when I start to hear about the president today, who maybe is going to start talking about. You ready for this, Jake? Are you ready for this here? Who's ready for Who's ready for vaccine mandates? Y'all ready for vaccine mandates?
No.
You up for this?
No.
Are you up for, hey, you're not going to be able to travel? Maybe you're not going to get on an airplane and travel any place unless you have a passport, a vaccine passport? Who's for that? How far do you want to go? How close to New Zealand and Australia do you want to be, where there's camps that you have to go, literal camps that you have to go if you are COVID positive, that you have to stay in for 14 days, be locked down in a camp, separated from other human beings in your life, the closest to you, because this is the way they think they're going to defeat the virus. We are never going to get to vid zero. Does everybody understand that? All you liberals that are watching right now, all you Democrats who love watching and love bashing me, hey, is this clicking for you yet? We are never going to get to COVID zero. It's not going to happen. So that's why we have to explore, and we're going to talk a little bit more today, because there's even more news about how there are the talk of oral antivirals now. Pfizer coming up with one as a therapy, something that you can take when you're early on in your COVID positive situation. And come to find out that it almost seems as if when some that I've talked to, virologists and epidemiologists, I had a chance to talk to yesterday, and it kind of said, hey, is this true that what they're creating is the same kind of thing, structurally, if you will, that the horsey paste is? Would that be strange if I were to tell you that some of your major big pharma companies are creating an antiviral that you would take orally instead of an injection, that you would take early on in the process, that is the same type of thing that the horsey paste is? It's the same thing. It's basically, it's not the actual, they're not using the horsey paste to do it, but it's the horsey paste that they're looking at and saying, oh, well, what the horsey paste does structurally, chemically, biologically. I'm not an epidemiologist. I just play one at home with my wife. But anyway, but that it's kind of the same thing. And would that interest anybody for any reason? It's just fascinating to me. It's almost as if there was something out there that already existed that you didn't have a part of or a piece of. And you'd like to get a piece or a part of that, wouldn't you? Even with a D plus 10 sample, a oversampling of Democrats, the newest YouGov Economist polls shows that Joe Biden has a 39% approval rating. That among Democrats, that he has a 39% approval rating. Do you know how awful that is? I don't know if there's ever been a time 8 months into anybody's presidency where you would have a 39% approval rating, not just nationally, not across the board, not Republicans, but Democrats. Like, is that even possible? To be in the low 40s? Democrats who are looking at Joe Biden and going, I'm not sure that I approve. 8 months into an administration? Yeah, it's true. When you have things that have happened like Afghanistan that everybody can look at and see, and you've got the State Department admitting that the Taliban has prohibited the takeoff of several flights out of Afghanistan, over 100 American passengers there, people that have been vetted a few different times, but we're told cannot leave. Why is the State Department continuing to do this? Many questions. You know, look, I look at the State Department and think, aren't the same people right now who are in the State Department the same people who were kind of doing the Trump-Russia collusion hoax thing? Is there a kind of a little bit of a... It's a weird conundrum connection kind of thing. I don't know. Let's just put it this way. They've been difficult for a really long time. So now you have questions being asked of Jen Psaki. Finally being bombarded with questions about this. And how people are trying to square this up. Like, I don't understand. Explain to us. Here's one question Jen Psaki was asked yesterday about the situation in Afghanistan and what's going on with the Taliban.
The flights that have been stuck in Afghanistan. I understand the state is leading on this, but you guys have made clear you're paying very close attention to American citizens still in the country. I'm trying to square where things actually stand. The Secretary of State said a couple of times it was a documentation issue. A U.S. Senator, Richard Blumenthal, pushed back vociferously on that. Today, the Secretary of State said the Taliban are not permitting the charter flights to leave and putting it precisely on them. What's your understanding of the holdup? And if the Taliban is preventing them, what levers do you have right now?
Yeah, some great questions being asked yesterday. Regardless of where we are this morning, this is the thing that you need to know. Yesterday, when Jen Psaki was doing this yesterday afternoon, this press conference, the White House press secretary, questions, what power do you have over the Taliban to make them stop? What do you plan on doing? You've got all different kinds of people in the United States government that are arguing with each other about, well, this person's doing this. Well, that person's supposed to be doing that. Well, we're not doing anything. So can you kind of clear up the situation here?
Well, there a couple pieces are true here. So one is we are continuing to press the Taliban, the Secretary of State is, to do more.
So what is it? We want to press the Taliban to do more. They're not doing it now. This is the same Taliban that we were told that, oh, you can trust. Listen, they're going to follow, unless if they don't follow the things that we're asking them to do, oh, there's going to be big trouble. You already said it's only going to be diplomatic. That's the kind of trouble, and that's the kind of way that you're going to deal with the Taliban. So what could you possibly do to make them do what you want them to do? It's an obvious question and an obvious answer.
To abide by allowing American citizens, individuals with who are legal permanent residents, and individuals with proper documentation to depart the country. It is also true that we don't have a role in preventing flights from taking off. We are not on the ground, so that is not something the U.S. government is doing. But at the same time, some of these planes and some of the issues is where are they going to land? So a number of these planes, they may have a handful of American citizens, but they may have several hundred individuals where we don't have manifests for them. We don't know what the security protocols are.
Well, they do have manifests. They do know who these individuals are. They've been vetted a few different times. What she is talking about is not really holding up, and being frustrated about it because the Taliban is doing what they're doing is clearly showing. Now, for some people, they may listen and look at this whole thing and say, well, we don't know who they are. We have no idea. They haven't been vetted. They haven't been vetted properly. Do you realize that 100,000 people have left the country? And we're supposed to trust and believe that every single one of those individuals has been vetted properly? But these 100, the ones that are here, it's a different story. No, I'm serious. I mean, that's what we're being told. And here's Peter Doocy, who asks the tough questions and the obvious questions. And even if you want to put all of this aside for just a second, as the former president of the United States has been making the rounds on many different programs, and he has said multiple times, And we had Jason Miller, who was a senior advisor to the president, on yesterday, who was saying, listen, there's no way this would have happened under the Trump administration. We already had the policy in place. Listen, the minute you get out of line, the Taliban gets out of line, not only are we backing away from any kind of deal or any kind of pulling out the way that we're describing, but we're going to bomb you, which is what they did. And here, listen to this response.
Thank you, Jen. Following up on these charter flights that the Taliban is holding up in Afghanistan, the Secretary of State said there are limits to what we can do without personnel on the ground.
Yeah.
You just said we are not on the ground.
You're right.
Whose fault is that?
I don't think this is about fault here. I'm conveying. I think what people want to understand is what we're doing to help address it. There's a handful of Americans, and I'm sure you're not suggesting we should have flights with hundreds of people we don't know who they are, where there's no security protocols. Too few. I just am conveying to you there's a handful of Americans who we are also in touch with, and we are working to help get evacuated from Afghanistan.
Really? I wonder how they're doing that when they can't do it by air, and how else are they going to get them out? They're in communication, and they're going to try to get them out, but they can't even get out the ones that are there. Through the airport means. And again, it's Peter Doocy that's asking the obvious question. Whose fault is this? Are you going to take blame for anything? The left ignores all the things that are obvious. They continue to ignore all the things that are obvious. It's obvious what kind of disaster that we are going to see moving forward in Afghanistan because of this administration. It is obvious that the reason why we're having problems with the economy right now and jobs and people not taking jobs and the millions, the tens of millions of jobs that are available is because they're competing against the government who continues to pay them. And then once those payments are taken out of the equation, then all of a sudden it's an absolute disaster because COVID is running rampant. We can't have these people don't want to go back to work because no. They don't have a problem with that. The problem that they have is that they're competing with you to get people to come in at $13, $15, $20 an hour. And people are like, no, wait. How long are you going to ignore this? How long are you going to ignore the fact that there are obvious things that are happening with the economy, and especially when we heard a little bit yesterday about the reasons why we have had an issue with the economy getting sparked up in jobs and the growth that we thought that we were going to see. And it turns out that one of the things that has been a concern right now is that you've got a situation where we're told that it's beef and pork and what was it? Beef and pork and chicken and what? I'm trying to remember what was said yesterday. Gosh, I got to find that audio. I thought I had it. But yesterday, this discussion about how, listen, everything economically speaking, when you look across the board, everything looks good, but it's really just about meat, beef and chicken and pork. That's really where the spikes are in inflation and the costs at your dinner table and the like. And there's something to be said about that as well. If we had a little bit more competition in those industries as opposed to all this consolidation with just a few, then maybe we wouldn't have these issues. That was something that was talked about during the pandemic a year and a half ago. A lot of people were talking about how is it that the supply chain is shut down like this? So, well, there's also the supply chain of trucks, drivers, people that are not out there driving. That's also part of the equation. But all of this goes away if a government steps back and lets the economy roar, lets it go, lets it come back. But they won't. And the question is, how long is the left going to ignore this? They can't do it forever. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. When we come back, we'll have some audio from Joe Biden yesterday and Nancy Pelosi. What an absolute
bowl of doggy doo.
Yeah, he couldn't say it better myself. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Microsoft warns some of its Azure cloud computing customers a flaw discovered by security researchers could have allowed hackers access to their data. The company says the problem is fixed. The founder of Amazon ramps up his fight with Elon Musk and SpaceX. Jeff Bezos, who owns the rival space company Blue Origin, told the FCC Musk does not believe government regulations apply to him. Bezos wants the feds to reject plans by Musk to launch more internet satellites. United Airlines says it will give staff 5 extra weeks to get vaccinated as the September 27th deadline approaches. And stocks fell yesterday after a report showed the Delta variant slowed economic growth this summer. The Dow fell 69 points. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
Nobody wants a middleman coming between you and what is important to your family, like your home's water. And that's why I love Pentair Water Solutions, the pros. You know my buddy Max, and you should call him now and get your free digital Pentair water diagnosis. So you live in Southwest Florida. You can smell the water coming out of the faucet. It's awful, that chlorine smell, the skin in your hair drying out. It's a mess, and your hard water staining your faucets or shower glass. We've all experienced it here in Southwest Florida. The toughest city or well water issues, don't worry about it. And the middleman issue. Listen, with Pentair, there are no middlemen, no dealers, no distributors. They make the system so you have a Pentair water expert in your home, and you can be assured of the right solution for your water at a true Pentair factory direct price. It's a big difference that you will see for yourself. 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799. And this month, you can save up to $600 on softeners and salt-free alternatives. So give them a call today or book online at pentair.com/FortM.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have two choices: Storm Shield and all the rest. Here's what our client Lauren had to say.
Our windows made a difference in terms of how our house looked. So it looked 30 years old with our old windows, and now that we have our new Storm Shield windows, they look totally different. Our coastal look is coming along. We definitely have other projects to do, but the look alone of these windows has definitely improved our house. We have more energy efficient windows than we had before. It's quiet, and we definitely know in the event of a storm that we're safe and secure.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
Rockstar Harley needs used bikes. It is giving NADA retail value when trading for a new Harley this week. No matter how much you owe on it, Rockstar Harley will trade anything. Tell them all about it, Pickles.
Obviously bikes, cars, ATVs, RVs, and more.
NADA retail value for your motorcycle. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. At Rockstar Harley, all credit applications considered. Rockstar Harley-Davidson is the #1 volume Harley dealer in Florida with rates such as 0.99% APR. Retail trade value ends this Sunday.
Hello, I'm Dave Harmer, owner of First Class Air Conditioning. Since 1977, we've been pretty selective when it comes to hiring new people. We take special pride in the craftsmen we train and employ. If you're an experienced HVAC professional, consider joining us. With a 40-year track record, we're here for the long haul. Call today, 574-2500, and ask for Mr. Harmer. That's 574-2500.
First Class Air Conditioning. Our name says it all.
Kobe Cooling tip of the day. I hear commercials that offer no-interest loans and giant rebates for air conditioners all the time. Now, I'm still a kid, but even I know banks don't lend money for free. Even I know that big cash rebates just aren't real. Just like the Tooth Fairy, they are simply missed to make you feel happy inside. When it's time to invest in a new system, but the right system for the right reasons, not the one on sale with fake offers. Call Kobe Cooling at 239-482-1542. Again, at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Wink News Traffic.
Good Thursday morning. Dealing with major problems along McGregor Boulevard in South Fort Myers near the landings because of a deadly crash that happened just before 5 o'clock this morning. We have a Wink News crew out on scene, and right now we know all northbound lanes are shut down coming off Cypress Lake Drive, heading toward Northtown and Country Drive. And if you're heading southbound, south of College Parkway, southbound traffic is being directed back onto Camelot Drive. You can head to South Point Boulevard instead, or Winkler Road, to avoid the detours and the backups out there. I-75 looking nice and clear this morning. No problems along US 41, and we are crash and incident free across Charlotte and Collier counties. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida, as we head throughout the remainder of today. Look out for a stray shower this morning, but our main chance for storms will be in the afternoon. Today, though, a drier than average day. Just some isolated storms, some hit or miss thunderstorms producing some heavy rain and lightning across the area as we head into this afternoon and into early this evening, with temperatures topping off just slightly above average near 92 degrees. We cool things down to a mild 77 to kick off your Friday morning, where more scattered thunderstorms will be in the forecast as we see our rain chances increase just briefly. Saturday, though, as we kick off the weekend, also looking slightly drier with isolated storms back across the area in a high of 93. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
When Truly Nolan is on the chase, what do you know? You know they're faster than a speeding cockroach, able to leap into spaces where only spiders hide. You know they're smarter than conniving ants and more nimble than a swarm of mosquitoes. You know whatever they're after, they'll get the job done right. Because when Truly Nolan is in hot pursuit, you know there's no escape. Schedule your free estimate today and get $50 off pest control by going to TrulyNolan.com or call us at 800-GO-TRULY.
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
Matt and Justin here with Island Air of Southwest Florida. We know it's stressful when your air conditioner breaks down. Now when the time comes to replace your system, you don't have to sacrifice your vacation budget to pay for it. Because for a limited time, Island Air is including a cruise vacation voucher when you replace your heating and cooling system. This is a limited time offer, so if your AC is on its last leg and you aren't sure if it will make it through the summer, then don't delay and call Island Air today.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations. Please take the opportunity to let Island Air take you to the islands or many other places around the world.
We are including a vacation voucher with the purchase of your new home air conditioning system, redeemable for cruises and luxury condos in many countries around the world. Find out more details on how to claim your voucher for a limited time. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
The unstoppable spirit lives inside all of us. For Matt and Lisa Kuhn, it's fueled by family. Working together to make vehicles more useful for their community, they've become leaders in last-mile transportation. That's why First Horizon is proud to celebrate unstoppable spirits like Matt and Lisa. From the first stop to the final destination, we use our understanding to keep our clients headed toward success. Visit firsthorizon.com/unstoppable to learn how unstoppable starts here.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
He raids your fridge.
You're out of brada.
Borrows your car without asking.
Scratches? What scratches?
He's your brother-in-law.
I'll pay you back.
He takes what's yours, and there's nothing you can do. But when identity thieves want to take what's yours, you can do something. LifeLock by Norton monitors your info and alerts you to potential threats. If you become a victim, they can help fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com using promo code NEWS.
Tune in on Sunday mornings, Fox News 92.5, Dr. Amy Robbins, and Maximize Living Radio. I'm going to be going over topics like leaky gut, weight loss resistance, how to fix your chronic aches and pains, how to deal with all of those things in a natural way, how to sleep better. So there's a different topic every single week that we're going to be covering. Tune in and get the help that you need.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
People here in the U.S. are now spending more time on TikTok than they are on YouTube. When they heard your parents were like, oh, come on, we just figured out how to get on the YouTube.
That's actually true. That's actually pretty funny. It's true because, hey, I'm on the YouTube thing. Now I know how to use it. And now all of a sudden everybody's jumping off YouTube. Right? Then how did that start? So it started where everybody was on MySpace. And then all of a sudden people figured out how to use MySpace. And then they got off MySpace. And then Facebook came along.
I think you got to give AOL Messenger some credit.
All right. So if we went back, I mean, this is a good little study here. Let's see. All right, let's go back. Let's just take time. Let's go back to Jake the Millennial's childhood, which was about 3.5 years ago. So what was it? It started off as AOL Messenger, and people would go on there, and it caught up with the adults, right? The grandparents were like, "Oh, AOL Messenger, all right, I'm getting this." And then AOL goes away. You got mail. No, you don't. It's gone. There it goes. And then after that comes what? MySpace.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but adults never got onto MySpace. MySpace was just for the kid. You never had a parent getting on the MySpace, right?
My mom was on MySpace.
Okay, so your mom
she wasn't in my top 10 friends, but she was on my MySpace.
Which that is a whole thing that she still has not gotten over. Like that, it's true. All right, so then you go from MySpace to Facebook.
Yeah,
pretty. So then Facebook comes in, and just when you think you're into Facebook and you've got this whole thing down, and now you got all your friends and your family, and you're communicating with all the people that you used to hang out with in high school, and boy, did they change, and you don't look the same. And then you look at yourself, and you're like, I need to work out a little more and eat a little less. And then your wife is like, you got a little chubby around the belly, and I'm like, I'm trying to work on it. And she's like, you should run today. And I'm like, I'm really tired. I don't want to. I'm not saying it was me, but anyway. And then from that, you go from Facebook, and then all of a sudden it's YouTube. Boom, everybody's on YouTube, and that's where it's at. And so now people go to YouTube, and they're trying to figure out the whole tube thing, the YouTube thingy. And now we're told that everybody, or more people in America, are on TikTok than YouTube, which the Chinese Communist Party is going, we like that. You keep feeding us info. Come on, kids. Keep giving us all the info about you and your friends and your family, and show us more videos and pictures and all kinds of good stuff.
I pulled up my screen time to see if you were right.
About?
Like my screen time on my phone, like what apps I use and for how long.
Yeah.
I use, and this is for a week.
Yeah.
An average of an hour and 10 minutes a day. And at 6 hours, TikTok, and my YouTube is an average of 8 minutes a day.
Wow. All right, so
at 43 minutes for the week.
So there you go. The youths of America now on TikTok.
But you know why they call it TikTok, right?
Because your life TikToks away, and
it's a waste of time.
That's it. Well, you know what? Get on it, because if you're not cool. Is that what it is? I don't. Hey, speaking of not cool,
not a joke.
It's not a joke that Joe Biden is just not cool. He's not Joe cool. He's not cool, even with the Ray-Ban or whatever those sunglasses. What's the sunglasses that he wears? I don't know. Which one of those?
The trooper ones?
Yeah. No, they're not called troopers. Come on. 239-479. That's it. Aviators. Thank you. All right. It's going to get people to call us and tell us. Aviators. Okay. Sorry. He's just not cool. But he wants you to think he's cool. And yesterday he was talking to labor unions, talking about how cool they are and how cool they have been and how important they are. And, some might suggest that there are some unions that maybe aren't as important as others and maybe need to go. Teachers' unions, we got lots of problems with, unless, of course, you like what teachers' unions are doing, including the fact that now we come to find out through a FOIA request and emails that it was the teachers' union that went to the CDC and said, if you don't mask the kids up in school, man, we're going to make your life miserable. Oh, yeah, that's out there now. But no, unions are all good. It's all about the kids. That's what it's all about. It's all about the teachers' unions are really all about the kids, and they're not doing anything that has to, what? No, you don't understand, Drew. The masking, that's the whole idea. Masking is saving kids' lives. Really? Have we lost sight of the numbers? Have we lost sight of what is and isn't when it comes to our kids and masking in school and mask mandates? Have we really lost sight of that? Are we really going to pretend that there's no evidence out there at all? Are we really going to pretend now that not only Norway, but Sweden, Bernie Sanders' favorite places, now Sweden?
This is what you do.
It's what they're doing. What are they doing there, Bernie? Well, even in Sweden, they're like, you know what? We're not masking in school. We're not doing any of this stuff, the vaccinations and the like. We'll get into all of that. But when it comes to opening up our economy, no restrictions. That's it. Sweden is like, that's it. We're not locking down anymore. We're not doing restrictions. We're getting back to normal. We're going to do the whole herd immunity thing, and that's where we're going with this. I know people are freaking out just the idea that I would say that. All right, let's get back to Joe Biden. So there's Joe Biden yesterday who was talking with labor unions, and he had a whole lot to say about that, like the economy, what's going. Hey, do you know how amazing, incredible the economy is right now? Do you realize it's because Jake is like, no, you're going to like this segment. I want you to listen to this. Again, this is my whole theme of today's show is how long is the left going to ignore what is staring them right in the face, that every single one of you listening to this show, whether you are a conservative, whether you're a liberal, whether you're a big Marxist-loving socialist Democrat, and you're out there, and I know you're there as well because I get your emails and more, and that's cool. But how long are you going to keep ignoring some of the things that are happening that we all see when you have Joe Biden saying something like this? Check this out.
We're making progress. Our economy has added 750,000 jobs a month on average during the past 3 months since I've been here. There are more than 4 million jobs since I took office. In the first half of this year, our economy grew fast at a fastest rate in 40 years.
Let me just stop there. Now, okay, so let's just say, because Jake is like, even Jake can figure this out. Those numbers are true. And the Democrats are listening to this program and sitting and going, he's right. He's right. Go ahead. Give it to me. How are you going to come on? Tell us how he's right about all of this. Fastest growing in 40 years. All these jobs coming up in the economy. Come on. Tell us how he's wrong. Because he came into office in 2021 on the heels of 2020. And isn't it logical? Doesn't common sense dictate that if you are on the ground floor and you're in a 3-story building, and you go from the ground floor to the first floor, that not only have you made a significant change in how you have gone up to the top floor, percentage-wise, but you're starting on the ground floor. Like, there's nothing there. I mean, it's trying to think of a better analogy than that, and I know you all have a better one than that, but you see what I'm saying. Like, that's not an impressive feat considering how down in the dumps we were thanks to lockdowns and everything that has transpired. And and everything else that is going on right now, and the seeds of doubt, and even with the president who's going to say something today, it's going to have to do with something, mandates. I mean, is that where we're going? New COVID-19 measures coming up for people who are unvaccinated. That's the word from the Epoch Times. Jack Phillips had the story ahead of his announcement today about new COVID-19 measures. Jen Psaki said there may be new measures that'll be imposed on the unvaccinated. 6 steps the president's announcing. There will be new components. Some of that will be related to access to testing, related to mandates. Some will be related to how we ensure kids will be protected in schools. The mandates are coming, everybody. Once the FDA made that approval of vaccines, then all bets were off as far as where we were going with mandates and how much control this government was going to take now over your life. Not a whole lot of details on what the mandates will be, but we'll find out together. So there's that. Now let's go to a different part of what Joe Biden said. Here comes the whispering thing again. Why does he do this?
I'm going to be a bit repetitive. The 8-hour day, the weekend, time and a half for overtime, safety standards, sick days, victories for all of us. Because I might add, I notice when you all do that, everybody benefits, whether they belong to a union or not.
There's that whispery thing. Forgive me, but as we do move forward in a free market capitalist society, I could make the case that there have been many changes and would be many changes that would have been made if the marketplace were left alone after many years, decades ago, of what things were happening with regard things that were happening with regards to businesses and how businesses treated employees. And I might make the case that the free market and capitalism could have solved a whole lot of that with the government staying out of it. After a while, people were like, I need more hours, I need better pay, and the market would have taken care of all of that. You don't have to have certain forces coming in to force things happening. I don't know. There's just questions that I have. Not speaking negative of anybody or anything individually or specifically. All I'm saying is I believe in free market economies, and I believe that the marketplace takes care of all the issues and all the ills that we're told only government can solve. But he does the whispery thing again. Why does he do that?
Everybody benefits.
He sees dead people.
Everybody benefits.
No wonder why his staff and others, every time he speaks off the teleprompter, they cringe. They turn the TVs on mute. They don't want to know what's going to happen next. And then Joe Biden, of course, being told that he's not allowed to walk away, or he's supposed to walk away, or he's reading the teleprompter and the teleprompter is telling him that he should stop talking and walk away. No, I'm not kidding. That's what he's saying.
So, folks, you do it all. I'm sorry to go on so long, but I can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
For all you've done for the country and what you've done for me over my career. You've educated me. You've brought me along. And you've always been there.
Yeah, talking about the labor unions, right?
Now, I'm supposed to stop and walk out of the room here. I'm going to stop. But with your permission, I'm going to walk into the room because I want to say hello to all.
Yeah.
Thank
you. Jake is like, can you just not say that? So that would imply that either he had to take the time to think about it off the top of his head that he has to walk out of the room, stop talking and walk out, or it's on the teleprompter. Stop talking and walk out.
Yeah, I don't think he knows that you're not supposed to read off the things with the asterisk.
No, that's the old, what is that, the old Animal House joke? I state your name, and everybody says, I state your name. You've never heard that before. Find that.
Never in my life.
Oh, come on. Now I've got to find this. Now, all right, go to break. Go to break. And when we maybe when we come back, we can have this for you. I will find this before we come back, okay? How about that? Just for Jake. Oh, you're going to like this. Okay. Oh, there's more with Biden and talking about the stock market. You know, he's not bragging about how great the stock market. Well, there's some truth about what the stock market is doing that we have to bring up. Something that's common sense that everybody knows, or maybe they don't. All right, we'll talk about that coming up. It's Daybreak. DrewSteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Please watch the program and subscribe to the podcast. We do appreciate it. Therese O'Shea's got your traffic right now.
Good Thursday morning. Dealing with major problems along McGregor Boulevard in South Fort Myers near the landings because of a deadly crash that happened just before 5 o'clock this morning. We have a Wink News crew out on scene, and right now we know all northbound lanes are shut down coming off Cypress Lake Drive, heading toward Northtown and Country Drive. And if you're heading southbound, south of College Parkway, southbound traffic is being directed back onto Camelot Drive. You can head to South Point Boulevard instead, or Winkler Road, to avoid the detours and the backups out there. I-75 looking nice and clear this morning. No problems along US 41, and we are crash and incident free across Charlotte and Collier counties. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, after a chance for a stray shower this morning, look for a drier than average day today with some isolated storms still in the forecast, especially for this afternoon. Temperatures top up near 92 degrees for today. As we head into your Friday morning, we'll be waking up to low near 77 degrees as we see our storm chance bump up once again for your Friday with scattered storms back in the forecast. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco, or online at floormeisters.com.
Attention! This is a closeout event you cannot miss. Thursday through Sunday, it's the certified closeout at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Shop the largest certified pre-owned vehicle selection in the entire country with closeout pricing thousands less than MSRP. Certified Robes, Sentras, and Ultimas from only $16,988. Plus, you get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Certified vehicles are just like new from how they look, feel, and drive. You won't be able to tell the difference, but you'll pay thousands less. With the country's biggest selection starting at $16,988. Robes, Sentras, Ultimas, all here. Plus, get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. This closeout event ends Sunday. Rush to Florida's #1 Nissan dealer, Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Your used car megastore online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much. See dealer for details.
Replace your AC today, go on a cruise tomorrow. Island Air wants to send you to the island. Matt here from Island Air of Southwest Florida with some great news.
Decisions. Do I buy an air conditioner? Do I take a vacation? For a limited time, Island Air is offering you both in one package.
Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. If you want to watch and subscribe to the podcast, we do appreciate it. Your favorite podcast location, there's a link at the website. All right, so Jake didn't know about this, talking about Joe Biden. Now, you're not supposed to read what it says on the teleprompter when he's told to walk away, stop talking and walk away. He reads it and he says, I'm supposed to stop talking and walk away now. And that goes back to Animal House. And that famous scene where they don't have any, they're pledging for the fraternity, but they don't really have one, and they don't have any kind of thing specifically pledge-wise to say for the new recruits, if you will. So here you go, Jake. This is what they said.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Do hereby pledge allegiance to the frat.
Do hereby pledge allegiance to the frat.
With liberty and fraternity for all.
Amen.
That's it. That was what it was. Okay? You had no idea.
Nope, never heard it before.
All right, so that's Joe Biden.
I state your name.
That's Joe. It's just like, don't read it. But anyway, that's what he did. All right. All right, coming up a little bit more of Joe Biden and how the left is just ignoring the things that are right in front of all of our faces, and you know why they continue to do this when we know the truth and they continue to say something completely different. We'll get to that. Also, mandatory vaccines. President today, is that on the way?
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles. Drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Stuffy mornings and sleepless nights. The air in your home might be to blame. AC by Florida Comfort Systems makes your indoor air perfect with reliable Lennox products. AC by Florida Comfort Systems. Visit us online at acbyfcs.com. License number CAC 057065.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Can we stop this COVID surge? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The White House readying a plan the day after another 176,000 new cases were reported in the U.S., another 2,100 deaths. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has more live.
Dave, President Biden will outline a 6-step strategy for combating the Delta variant during an address from the state dining room later today. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the plan will include access to testing, mandates, and keeping kids safe in school.
There will be new components that sure will of course impact people across the country, but we're also all working together to get the virus under control, to return to our normal lives.
The Biden administration is also working to put together an international summit on pandemic response. Dave?
Rachel, some Americans are going to fly out of Afghanistan today. The Wall Street Journal reports they'll take off on a Qatar Airlines flight from Kabul, along with some Afghan nationals, about 200 in total. And the Taliban will allow it. It's not clear if any of these people were supposed to be on charter flights that were previously blocked. The White House has been wary it can't properly vet all those on board.
But it is worth remembering that the vast majority of Afghans who got out at the beginning of the airlift were totally unvetted. And 41 congressmen have now raised flags about the State Department's, quote, rushed and incomplete vetting of evacuees. Not only are many of them now in America, it's been reported that they have free reign at Fort Pickett, Virginia.
Fox's Benjamin Hall. A condemned killer will wake up in Texas this morning, but he didn't think he would.
The Supreme Court granted a reprieve to Texas death row inmate John Ramirez just 3 hours after he could have been executed Wednesday night. An attorney for Ramirez claimed Texas was violating his client's First Amendment religious rights by denying a request to have a pastor lay hands on him as he dies by lethal injection.
Fox's Carmen Roberts. Ramirez convicted of murdering a clerk in a robbery that netted him $1.25. America's listening to Fox News.
Warner Brothers.
You can't go wrong when you're getting it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. A very busy start along McGregor Boulevard heading toward College Parkway. We have a crash we're watching involving a pedestrian killed by a vehicle early this morning that has all lanes of McGregor shut down between College Parkway at Camelot Drive and Cypress Lake Drive. So to get around that and avoid the area altogether, you can take South Point Boulevard or Winkler Road. Right now, southbound McGregor from College down to Camelot Drive is getting very backed up as cars are turning onto that detour, which is Camelot Drive. Coming out of the Landings community, seeing some problems as well because of the detour right there. So avoid the area for the time being. I-75 and US 41 all nice and clear. No problems out across Collier or Charlotte counties right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida, as we head throughout the remainder of today. Look out for a stray shower this morning, but our main chance for storms will be in the afternoon. Today, though, a drier than average day. Just some isolated storms, some hit or miss thunderstorms producing some heavy rain and lightning across the area as we head into this afternoon and into early this evening, with temperatures topping off just slightly above average near 92 degrees. We cool things down to a mild 77 to kick off your Friday morning, where more scattered thunderstorms will be in the forecast as we see our rain chances increase just briefly. Saturday, though, as we kick off the weekend, also looking slightly drier with isolated storms back across the area in a high of 93. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends in
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design staff have been designing award-winning kitchens and baths for nearly 50 years. Now Encore is proud to offer Foster Appliances, a sophisticated line of chef-grade handmade Italian products just perfect for the home chef and all of us. Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design is proud to be a select area dealer for these hand-built appliances that are in many ways superior to other brand-name high-end cooking appliances. Since 1975, Foster has created top-of-the-line cooktops, ovens, ranges, hoods, sinks, and faucets for residential and commercial use. Their attention to detail and unique accessories enhance the cooking experience, making them a preferred supplier to luxury resorts such as the Ritz-Carlton. Call Encore at 239-331-5287 to schedule a demonstration at their expanded Naples showroom, or visit EncoreCabinetDesign.com for inspirational cabinet designs and appliances for your new home or remodeling project.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That's the talk and text line. Streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching YouTube at Drew Steele Radio. You can still go there if you want to subscribe to the channel. That's fine. But, yeah, we're still there as we start to make some changes. Don't you worry. Changes are on the way. No doubt about it. Other locations where you can watch. And you can always subscribe to the podcast. First hour, boom, is already up. It's ready to go for you. Drew Steele, you type it into any of your favorite podcast locations, and there's a subscribe link at drewsteele.com, so you can do it there as well. Coming up, Nancy Pelosi had a few things to say about, climate change, man-made. Mother Nature is pretty upset. She's following what Mother Nature says. I wonder if Mother Nature speaks to her in her head. Does she, lean against the tree, and the tree speaks back, and maybe it says things like Joe Biden will usually say when he kind of leans back and does that really creepy voice thing that he does. I just wonder how she's hearing from Mother Nature. Is it like Joe Biden speaking like a...
Everybody benefits.
Yeah, that's right. So that's right. Isn't that what she does? That's probably what Nancy Pelosi's doing. She goes out into the woods, right? She walks into some place in California, and there's nobody around. There's just birds chirping in a bunch of trees, and she leans into the trees. And she listens quietly to Mother Nature, and Mother Nature says,
everybody benefits.
Something creepy like that.
That is extremely chilling.
Did that frighten you when I did that? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare Jake. I scared Jake, the millennial. He's like, it's like the movie. It's like the Seeing Dead people. That's what she does. So we'll talk about some of what she said. Oh, and also, with Afghanistan, look, it's just a little hiccup. It's nothing. People died. There's a couple of hiccups, everything. It's all right. There's nothing to worry about with our soldiers and Americans and people that are stranded. And again, can we focus a whole lot more on our servicemen and women who died during this whole endeavor and what this administration did that didn't have to happen? Can we focus on that? No. We're moving on, everybody. It's about talking to Mother Nature. So that's coming up. Also, something that has disturbed me for the past couple of days as I have talked to people, and you probably have as well. Why is it that the left in this country, I'm about to say something that's going to have a couple of people apoplectic, so get ready. I'll give you time to get yourself set. Why is it that there are some people in this country, dare I say the left, who seem to find joy or they're okay with unvaccinated people just dropping dead? Like they'll even admit to it. And there are people that are on the left, and they seem not to have a problem with it. They talk about it as if it's almost okay. Like, I don't want to say cool because I can't get into people's heads, but I can repeat what some have said. And people that you know, these are left-leaning stars, right? The quote unquote stars. Which again, don't get me started on stars and heroes and how we've completely perverted the idea of what is a star and what is a hero. Sorry, I just had a conversation with Jake off the air about that. We need to kind of bring everybody back together when we start focusing on heroes and who we look up to. We really got to come back together on that one. Just my personal opinion. But there are people that are taking joy in others' miseries because they disagree with them politically. It's sickening, it's maddening, and it's on display. And I'm going to play a ton of video and give you a ton of examples of what people have said about this. When it comes to the vid, when it comes to individuals, and how nobody has a problem with taking away your rights or your freedom. No, it's a pandemic. It's my right, too, to be healthy. Okay, again, we can't even talk about this unless we can actually examine the numbers and talk confidently and openly about what the numbers are, what exists and what doesn't, what it is doing to people under the age of 19, for example, as opposed to what it's not doing if we're talking about the vid. If we're talking about mandates and how they operate specifically when when there are examples out there and studies, if you can't have this conversation, then you flipping me off or you wishing harm on me and my family doesn't move the conversation forward. And that's what's been happening. And I want to get into that a little bit and get your thoughts on it too. 239-479-5592. All right, Nancy Pelosi, here we go. No, I'm not kidding. She's talking to Mother Nature. She's concerned about the future. She's concerned about our kids. This is laughable. This is Nancy Pelosi yesterday as the push is about, this reconciliation bill and 3.5 trillion. Who knows how many trillions? What's a couple of trillion between friends? I mean, we'll get there no matter what because you've got Republicans who have no spine. So sooner or later, it's going to be 5 trillion, 3.5 trillion. It'll be 2.8 trillion. And Republicans will go, look at what we did. Isn't this great? We got them down to 2.8 trillion. Isn't that awesome? No, it's not awesome. So here's Nancy Pelosi. You ready? Listen to this.
We owe it to our children to pass on a planet in a very responsible way. The reconciliation bill goes well beyond, it's hardly addressed in the infrastructure bill for reasons that you're well aware. But in this reconciliation bill, we recognize that this saving the planet, addressing the climate crisis is a health issue.
Okay, let me just stop there. First, let's go with what she said right out of the gate.
We owe it to our children.
We owe it to our children. The debts and the deficits and everything that we're laying on our children and our grandchildren, we don't owe that to them. We don't owe the money that's being spent on this. We owe it to our children to do something with regard to climate change. And, there's some people that might debate that. And again, we can't have the debate. It's settled. Al Gore said... It's settled science. Or whatever Al Gore says goes. By the way, is Al Gore still around? Does he still fly private and have like 3 houses that square footage is like, 80,000 square feet or something like that? And his carbon footprint would cover most of Alva, Buckingham, and all of Lehigh Acres. Isn't that true? Like, isn't that and then some?
I think he has more now.
Probably does. All right. Well, let's get to listen. She's upset. It's about the kids, everybody. I'm sorry, I can't. If it was about the kids, you might give up some of the ice cream in your freezer, but it's not.
We recognize that this saving the planet, addressing the climate crisis is a health issue. The air our children breathe, the water they drink, safety, and the environment in which they can thrive.
Yeah, it's absolutely, something that Republicans don't care about. They don't care about the air they breathe or the water they drink. Sorry. That's all Republicans do. Republicans just stand around and think to themselves, what can we burn? What can we do to destroy this planet even further so that none of us can live here, including myself? I'm sorry, Yeah, that's how dumb you sound. I'm just saying, it's okay.
It's a jobs issue. Jobs.
Yeah, that's what it is.
To be preeminent in the world in the new green technologies, our initiatives are in furtherance of that.
I got to just stop for a second. So let me just remind Nancy Pelosi and all you Democrats who listen to this program of one thing. All of your unicorns and fancy rainbows and everything else that's going on that you think is going to happen with this Green New Deal, it's going to be saving the planet. It's about the kids. Of course, the trillions of dollars we're putting on our kids' back is no, it's not going to happen. We just... That's the printing machine out behind Nancy's house. That's next to the ice cream drawer. They just keep printing it out. There's nothing to see here. Everything is fine. That's not a burden on our kids. No. It's just about the planet because we got to save it because it's our fault that things are happening, which in a lot of ways is I'll just move on. That we can't talk about that aspect of it. And again, if you want to come at it and really have the honest debate and discussion. When even our friend Bjorn Lomborg in the Wall Street Journal was talking about this issue of climate change, he's written a book on it. I mean, you can look it up, and it was talking about the severity of storms. And as they went through all the data that has been out, again, I mentioned this yesterday, since 1900, the storms and severity of storms making landfall are no different. There is no increase in the severity of land making storms. And the severity of that. It's not, you're making it up. The science and everything that is out there suggests otherwise. It doesn't exist. The numbers are there. But we can't talk about that. And then here she is with Mother Nature. Hold on.
On another note, as we see the wildfires in the West, we see them at home. The smoke, it's so devastating.
Yep.
As you see the floods of Ida, the storms of Ida in the south and in the northeast.
It's never happened before. We've never had fires or storms. It's unbelievable. Of course, there are policies that California puts in place that is different than some of the policies that they do in the northeast and the southeast and what we do here in order to make sure that we don't have rampant wildfires all around the place and the foresting and the things that we do to make sure that there's not dry ground and things that are covering that ground that could cause these fires to ramp up because we don't have crazy environmentalists around here, but I digress.
Mother Nature is not happy with us in terms of how we recognize what challenges face us.
How does she know this? No, I'm asking an honest question. Is she sure about this? Jake's asking the same question. Hold on a minute here.
Climate crisis is real.
All right, let's just stop.
Mother Nature is not happy.
How do we know Mother Nature's not? Maybe she's really happy. Maybe she's not happy with California because you people are crazy. I mean, everything that's going on. Do you realize that the price of gas in California, California, 48 contiguous. Do you understand that the price of gasoline in California is more than it is in Hawaii, and they have to ship it in? But anyway. Are we really sure about that? Maybe Mother Nature's like, Nancy. How would I do that? What would Mother Nature's voice sound like? Would it sound like my mother, or would it sound more like that? Nancy.
I think it would sound like the wind.
Okay. Nancy. I can't do it.
That's probably something that talks to Nancy.
Nancy, yeah. Stop saying I'm mad. I'm not. Everything is fine. Do something about San Francisco, please. That's how bad. I mean, we don't know. So, but there's a crisis.
Climate crisis is real. Human behavior has an impact on it. We have public policy.
Yeah, she says it. That's it.
Proposals that I hope would be bipartisan. However, the fossil fuel industry weighs in very heavily.
Oh, yeah.
Some of people on the other side of the aisle.
Yeah, you know how that works. The evil big sugar, the evil big oil, the evil big... Big tech's not evil, though, because they're on our side. So hold on. Don't go for the big tech evil stuff. I mean, that's on the Democrat side. But the Republicans, there's truth to that. You know I'm right. Democrats hated big tech until they realized, hey, wait a minute, we can use you guys. Hey, wait a minute, you guys are helping us to... Oh, no, they're fine. Everything's good. We'll talk a big talk, but behind the scenes we'll be like, listen, we're just going to tell everybody that we really hate you and we got problems and everything else, but don't worry about it. It's okay. Zuckerberg, keep going. And then there's the pièce de résistance from Nancy Pelosi on Afghanistan. Here you go.
This is never easy. It's not always complete right from the start, but it was remarkable, even though it got off to a hazy start.
Yeah, a little hazy start. 13 servicemen and women perished there. And, of course, all the disastrous things that were taking place trying to get people out and evacuate and the Taliban coming in. And now we find out more about the Taliban, like female protesters whipped by Taliban fighters in Kabul. And there's actual video of it that's taking place, but nothing to see here. They've taken over the Norwegian embassy in Kabul as well. They're going to return it to us, they say, to the ambassador there. But first they want to destroy some wine bottles and some children's books, but they're going to keep the guns. But nothing to see here. Everything is fine with that. That's okay. There's a lot here to see, but maybe not. Oh, by the way, the Afghan acting prime minister is calling on those who worked alongside the U.S. to come back because I'm sure maybe they just want to set them up with some welfare programs and some nice homes and get them back in here so we can all hug and love on each other and everything's going to be just fine. Yeah. The left in this country, you all going to have to, this is the second time I said y'all. This is the second time today I said y'all. That's because I'm feeling good today.
How long have you been in Florida?
Long enough to say it.
Okay.
It
only took that long for you to say it?
Yeah, I've got cousins that say, listen, you come back again, y'all. If that's all right with you. No, but you're just going to have to get past this idea that what you're doing is good, what the president's doing is perfect. Everything is going according to plan, that it's all still Trump supporters' fault. It's Ron DeSantis' fault. Can we blame Ron DeSantis for something in here? It's got to be a way you all can figure that out, too. And that when we hear from Joe Biden later and we hear more about mandates, that somehow that's a positive as well. I don't know what the talk is going to be, but we're going to talk about that tomorrow once we hear it later. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. And I want to remind you, please, to head down to Naples if you get an opportunity. It is quite beautiful what they've done with the 92.5 Fox News Field of Flags. It's at 333 8th Street South in Naples. If you text the word flags to 239-479-5592, you'll get the address and you'll see the flags for yourself. Of course, memorializing those that lost their lives on 9/11. There are 3,000 flags that are out there, and it is incredible to see. It really is moving. So I would encourage you to take time to get down there and see for yourself. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Do you have chronic joint pain, knees hurting, hips aching? It's time to think about an exciting new way to treat joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions. I'm talking about QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, lots of people here have called QC Kinetics already. They're the leader in helping people deal with chronic pain with no surgery, no drugs, no steroids, and no downtime. These natural pain treatments can actually repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints with long-lasting results. I'm telling you, biologic solutions help your body heal itself. Call QC Kinetics to learn more at 239-893-PAIN. If you've got joint pain due to arthritis, lower back pain, shoulder, hips, or knee pain, you need to change the way you think about pain treatments and discover the biologic therapies at QC Kinetics. Get moving again. Get your life back with no surgery and no drugs. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Regenerative, restorative, real pain relief. 239-893-PAIN.
Ty Lassiter here, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. I think we can all admit that our origin has a lot of importance in what we will become. Many of you didn't originate from Florida. But you have come here, and that choice has altered your path for the rest of your life, especially how much taxes you pay if you came here from the Northeast. So what is Key City Capital's origin? Why did we choose to move to Southwest Florida? Our mission is to connect capital to wealth through passive real estate and alternative investments. Very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors. For over 10 years, we have never missed a monthly interest payment to our partners, and we have never lost a penny of our investors' capital. That is history you can build and rely on.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments, call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5.
I guess as a Thursday night start of the football season. So for some people, it's exciting because it kind of means it's the beginning of the season. You know, you're starting to get into fall weather and into the holidays, and some it's just they'll be back, but will they be woke? That's the big problem. Are they going to be woke? Are they just as woke as they were before? Because I've kind of gotten used to doing other stuff.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and a fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines and rear and all-wheel drive, but that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models. Based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. AC by Florida Comfort Systems helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems to hear more about how we can help you feel healthier and happier in your home. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today or visit us online at acbyfcs.com.
License number CAC 057065.
When Truly Nolan is on the chase, what do you know? You know they're faster than a speeding cockroach, able to leap into spaces where only spiders hide. You know they're smarter than conniving ants and more nimble than a swarm of mosquitoes. You know whatever they're after, they'll get the job done right. Because when Truly Nolan is in hot pursuit, you know there's no escape. Schedule your free estimate today and get $50 off pest control by going to trulynolan.com or call us at 800-GO-TRULY.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through McGregor Boulevard. Southbound is still backed up heading from College Parkway down to Camelot Drive. And traffic's being diverted onto Camelot because of an early morning deadly crash right near the landings on McGregor Boulevard. Avoid the area for the time being. Northbound traffic is also blocked off of Cypress Lake Drive, so South Point Boulevard or Winkler Road are your best alternate routes. You can also take US 41 to avoid the backups and the detours. Also keeping an eye on a crash through Bay Landing Drive and South Tamiami Trail in Bonita Springs, no injuries. Another at Highlands Woods Boulevard in 41 in Bonita. A crash at Corkscrew Road and Bellaterra Boulevard, and heading through Three Oaks Parkway at Corkscrew Road, seeing some backups because of another crash. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida, as we head throughout the remainder of today. Look out for a stray shower this morning, but our main chance for storms will be in the afternoon. Today, though, a drier than average day. Just some isolated storms, some hit-or-miss thunderstorms producing some heavy rain and lightning across the area as we head into this afternoon and into early this evening, with temperatures topping off just slightly above average near 92 degrees. We cool things down to a mild 77 to kick off your Friday morning, where more scattered thunderstorms will be in the forecast as we see our rain chances increase just briefly. Saturday, though, as we kick off the weekend, also looking slightly drier with isolated storms back across the area in a high of 93. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis, sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for a free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection. License number CCC 1326213.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here for Britt's Carpet Outlet. My friends there are fantastic, and they will treat you well. Look, my wife and I, we've got kids, young kids, and animals, and sometimes the young kids are like animals, if you know what I mean. That said, I want to tell you about vinyl plank flooring that we have. It is absolutely versatile. It is totally kid-proof and pet-proof, so spills, accidents, and more, they won't be absorbed into the floor. It's waterproof, making cleanup as simple as a paper towel. Second, Brits offers luxury vinyl plank in literally hundreds of colors and styles to match any kind of decor. So light or dark oak, cool modern grays, even simulated barnwood, they got it all. Bring a scrap of fabric or a slip cover and you will find the perfect match there at Brits. Brits always features great low prices. Compare and see for yourself. Now through September 11th, Brits offers 20% off of regular priced carpet and flooring to all active and retired military. Shop Brits Carpets in Fort Myers and Cape Coral. Make sure you tell them that Trey Radel sent you.
O'Reilly. Get more miles on the road with O'Reilly Auto Parts. A clean fuel system means better gas mileage for your car. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner for $8. Plus, earn double O Rewards points. For a clean, lubricated, more fuel-efficient system, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, jerseysteel.com, the website. Steel has 3 E's. You can go there to watch. We always appreciate you watching the program on the website. It is on YouTube at Drew Steel Radio as well. It's still there. Yeah, I know. And also, you can subscribe to the podcast. First hour already up, and second hour will be up very, very soon. Well, we haven't even finished the second hour. So we appreciate you listening. And I would encourage you to make your way to Naples sometime between now and Saturday to see the 92.5 Fox News Field of Flags. It is impressive. It is something that I'll tell you is it's very emotional when you see these almost 3,000 flags that have been planted in this field to memorialize those that lost their lives on 9/11. And if you go to it, it's at 333 8th Street South in downtown Naples. It's right off of 5th Avenue South. And if you text the word flags to 239-479-5592, we'll send you the address so you can go visit. And just drive by, stop by, take a minute, and you'll see. It's, like I said, it's impressive. It's emotional. And certainly we will not forget. We never forget. And we will talk a lot with you tomorrow as we get ready to make our way into this weekend to remember and to have you remember as well. And your thoughts on 9/11 as it's the 20th year anniversary of that day. And we will be talking more about that tomorrow. So 92.5 Fox News, the Field of Flags. Go visit. It's at 333 8th Street South in Naples. So one of the things I wanted to talk about this morning, and I really want to hear from you about this topic, because I'm wondering if I'm off base with this. And I may be, and Jake is already like, can't wait to see where we're going. You know, I'm concerned at how many people seem to find, and I don't want to say joy, because I can't imagine it would be joy, but are okay with seeing people get sick and possibly die who are not vaccinated and feel comfortable putting that out there. That when people have done their own research, we live in a world where we can now look at outside of a political lens of a Fauci or an FDA or or a government or, a president who today is going to talk about mandating vaccines and how far that's going to go and the way it affects you and your life, and understanding what we know after 18 plus months of the vid, and being able to do research about horsey paste and other things that are out there, and find out more about therapeutics, monoclonal antibodies, things that you can do to stop from getting into hospital and getting to a point where you are too sick to even survive. Like I said, I could tell you more than a couple of cases, and even in my own family, people who are not vaccinated, who got the vid at a very old age, took the monoclonal antibodies and took a few of the therapeutics on the side, things that they can do to keep themselves healthy. And a couple of days later, they're okay. Didn't have to go to hospital, and they're fine. Look, it's anecdotal. It's just one person. It's just something. So, but you can certainly do the research on your own. I am not suggesting that you don't get vaccinated at all. You do what it is you feel is right for you through your doctor. We've been through this a million times. But what I'm saying is this. And you tell me what you think, Jake, because I want to get your thoughts on this as well. Howard Stern calls for mandatory vaccines and says it's good. It's good that some radio hosts who were not touting the vaccines, and you could say that they were anti-vaxxers, died of COVID. Like, that's a good thing. That's a quote from him. They were talking about on their program, I guess. It's really funny when these radio guys, I'm just reading what he said, are the best. They were like, 4 of them died. 4 of them who were like ranting on the air that they wouldn't get vaccinated. They were on fire, these guys. It was like the day after, and they were all dying. And then their dying words was, I wish I would have gotten the vaccine. I wish I would have taken it. And then somebody else chiming in and saying, I have trouble drumming up compassion. I think it's a terrible thing not to be able to drum up compassion for people that's stupid that they wind up dying. And he agrees with him. That was Stern who agreed. But then ultimately to say that it's good, that happened. He said, good, that's it, goodbye. About these people who were skeptical about the vaccine dying. Now, you could say what you want about people who were skeptical about the vaccine, but to think it's good that they died, to have people like Jimmy Kimmel who wants to deny ICU care to unvaccinated people. Does that mean that if an Afghan refugee or an illegal who crosses the border, who's unvaccinated, were to need to go to the ICU, would you deny them as well, Jimmy? That this idea that it's okay to be like this. 239-479-5592. Maybe I'm wrong. Joe Rogan, who's getting ready, he's thinking about suing CNN because of the whole horsey paste thing and his use of what he decided to use, right? Jake, you've been following this story, right?
It's prescribed to him by his doctor.
Prescribed to him by his doctor.
For human consumption.
Which it's been, which it is. And yet there are people who probably would have been quite satisfied if something ugly would have happened to Joe Rogan because of that. Like, that's not... I mean, I'll say it. It's sick. Like, we're better than this, especially when there is not a black and white, cut and dry answer to everything when it comes to this particular situation. And we all know it. You know it. All you Marxist, socialist, Democrats who are watching this program, who can't stand me, you know this is true. And yet, you're going to pat yourself on the back or pat others on the back for having that kind of attitude? Like, that's a good thing? When you have, and I know a lot of people don't care about The View, and I get it. But when you have like Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar going back and forth about the Texas pro-life law that has been put into effect, saving the lives of babies, this pro-life, pro-babies, pro-life law. Yeah, I know, it's anti-abortion. and they're talking about it, and then you hear the two of them talking about that specifically in the Supreme Court, who said, listen, before you bring the case to us, you need to go through all the proper channels and all the federal levels and judges and state judges. And you need to do more than just send it right to us. You've got to do something else before you bring it to us. We're not saying we won't revisit this, but you got to go through a different process here than just going to the Supreme Court as the first choice. That's what they said. And listen to this.
Is SCOTUS going to be responsible for these babies when these people have these children? What happens when they are perhaps, God forbid, murdered by their parents? Whose responsibility is it?
Well, they're worried about the Taliban and the Taliban women. Worry about the Taliban in America. Because that's what these guys are real.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You worry about the Taliban. These guys are like the Taliban and really, Joy Behar. And really, and Whoopi Goldberg coming up with this completely hyperbolic statement about killing their children. But that's, and then there's an audience that's applauding that. Like that doesn't seem twisted at all. And it's even the smallest things, CNN decided to do a whole segment yesterday, a news segment, quote unquote. And they're wondering why their ratings stink. And one of the lowest rated segments that they have, they decided to bring on this mom and a daughter who flipped off anti-mask protesters outside her school. And what does the mom say about this as the student is sitting there right next to them, and they're all laughing and having a great time, and the host there on CNN is smiling, and they think this is great that the daughter's flipping off the anti-maskers like this is a news story, and the mom's sitting there with the daughter, and she says,
what else was she supposed to do in that moment? She was pretty fed up. This was not a situation where she could engage in constructive dialogue. She's forced to ride the bus every day to school and see these people, and she was done, and she expressed herself. So I'm proud of my daughter, and I'm fine with that.
You're proud of your daughter, and you're fine with that. So you're proud that your daughter flipped off these people. She says,
what else was she supposed to do?
Nothing. She's not that. What do you mean, what else is she supposed to do? And then the beauty of it is this.
What else was she supposed to do in that moment? She was pretty fed up. This was not a situation where she could engage in constructive dialogue.
It's a situation where she can't engage in dialogue, in constructive dialogue. Well, let me ask the question. Outside of the fact that she's sitting in a bus and she can't scream out the window and have constructive dialogue, which I get, has she ever tried to have constructive dialogue? Does she have any of the facts and the numbers about mask mandates and if masks work or if they don't? Because there's plenty of people that will present you with all kinds of evidence to show you from all different places across the globe that have done the work for you, that will tell you exactly what's going on with masks and mask mandates and how they work and how they don't work. But you don't want that. You have no desire to have any of that in your hands. And the fact that a mother would applaud, like, you think that's cool, like you're applauding that. I mean, Jake, am I missing something? Is it me? I mean, what am I doing here? What am I missing? Tell me, am I off base?
I don't think so.
Okay. You would tell me, right? If I were. Okay. I mean, these are the same people, by the way. Can I just make this point? These are the same people who now, I shouldn't say that. I won't say the same people. But I did see the story about how in Montana, in Glacier National Park, they just started removing the quote-unquote glaciers will be gone by 2020 signs. Yeah, there are signs in Glacier National Park that they put up a long time ago. Al Gore and climate change and Nancy Pelosi and everybody screaming about it. These glaciers will be gone by 2020. Yeah, well, they just started taking them down. Because, oops, maybe they missed that one. But again, you're talking about dialogue and whether you want to have dialogue, whether we can trust the people that are talking to us even today, that we're going to hear about vaccination mandates, and we can't even have a discussion about the vaccines themselves and what they do and how they operate and the concerns that people have, legitimate concerns about something that they're going to have to decide, or is going to be decided for them, whether or not they're going to have to put it into their own body. When we know that you go to the CDC and the CDC decided to change the definition of vaccines, of vaccination on September 1st. Did you know that? Did you know this, Jake? If you go to vaccination on the CDC website, it used to say vaccination, the act of introducing a vaccine into the body to produce immunity to a specific disease. Guess what it says now? Now, if you go to the CDC's website, it says vaccination, the act of introducing a vaccine into the body to produce protection from a specific disease. So it went from immunity to protection. Why did they change the definition? That's odd. Again, these are legitimate questions to ask. If you want to tell your daughter that the way to answer these questions is to flip people off because it's so cool, my daughter flipped it. I'm on CNN. Hey, I'm on CNN with my daughter. Isn't that awesome? No, it's not awesome. Can't have a substantive conversation. Yes, you can. Bring the facts. Bring it. Let's talk about all of this. Bring it out. Don't get emotional and scream at us. Bring out the facts. Bring out the studies. Bring out the data. And then I want answers as to why they changed the definition. Why would they do this? And other things that the CDC has done. We've got questions. And we're allowed to ask them. Of course, we won't be on CNN for it, but it'd be kind of cool. Hey, Jake, you want to see if we can go on CNN? You could be my daughter.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. 239-479-5592. All right, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Hey, how would you like to play right now and win? We'll see what you got. All right, caller number 5. You call right now. We'll play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. We still have that closure on McGregor Boulevard, north and southbound between Cypress Lake Drive and College Parkway because of an earlier crash involving a pedestrian hit and killed by a vehicle. If you have to head that way right now, eastbound College Parkway coming off the Cape Coral Bridge is backed up, and we're also seeing backups building onto South Point Boulevard, which is an alternate route from that McGregor blockage. So you can take Winkler Road as your best alternate to get around the north and southbound closure on McGregor. Camelot Drive is the detour off of McGregor Boulevard right near that crash scene. If you're coming northbound on McGregor Boulevard, you cannot get through at Cypress Lake Drive as well. So just head down Cypress Lake toward South Point or Winkler Road. Also keeping an eye on a crash heading through Lehigh at State Road 82 and Daniels Parkway with roadblock, but no injuries. Another crash in Lehigh at Gunnery Road North and 16th Street West. Watch out for a crash also in Bonita Springs at Highland Woods Boulevard with possible roadblock at 41. Corkscrew Road and Bellaterra Boulevard in Estero, got a crash there, as well as on 3 Oaks at Corkscrew Road right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, after a chance for a stray shower this morning, look for a drier than average day today with some isolated storms still in the forecast, especially for this afternoon. Temperatures top up near 92 degrees for today. As we head into your Friday morning, we'll be waking up to low near 77 degrees as we see our storm chance bump up once again for your Friday with scattered storms back in the forecast. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Lasting joint pain relief without surgery, without drugs, without downtime. It's here now. Regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. Biologic therapies. This is the most exciting medical development in years, and it's now available here. Hey, it's Drew Steele here to tell you about these remarkable regenerative treatments that encourage your own body to help heal the damaged tissue in your joints. If you've been struggling with knee, back, shoulder, or hip pain, arthritis pain of any kind, you need to check out the exciting natural alternative that can get your life back. Restorative biologic therapies go to work healing the source of the pain and provide long-lasting results. Think about it. Treatments for chronic joint pain with no drugs, no steroids, no downtime, and no surgery. Call now for a free consultation and learn more about the regenerative options available to help you get pain-free. QC Kinetics. Call now. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN.
You've heard it before. We beat the competition. So many businesses say that now. But how many companies actually ask you to call the competition and then compare their windows to Window World windows? We will come into your home, or you can come to our showroom, and we'll give you an honest, fair, free estimate of what it would take to upgrade your windows to more energy-efficient windows. No tricks, no high pressure. We want you happy with your new windows, not feeling like you were forced into buying them.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. We offer you top quality windows at the best price available with the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business.
If something goes wrong with your new windows, we'll fix it, even if the neighborhood kids accidentally hit a baseball through it, or anything else. Window World quality windows, great price. Even hurricane-rated impact windows are available to offer an increased level of security to your home. Call Window World today. Window World, simply the best for less.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College. All right, let's go to Louis. Louis is in Naples. Louis.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD or associate's degree question, sir. Starts right now. Hey, Louis, where's the Statue of Liberty located?
It's in New York.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I thought it was a trick question.
No.
Isn't it like a land in between New York and New Jersey?
Yeah, no, it's not a trick question. That's fine.
Okay.
It's just, that's good. All right, so you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. What are the two parts, of the U.S. Congress? When we say
The
Congress,
House of Representatives and the Senate.
that is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Where's Mount Rushmore located?
South Dakota.
That's correct, sir. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD in this question. I don't know if I like that one. Let's see. I don't know if I like that one. All right, I'll just do this one. That's fine. In 1863, this battle was fought. 51,000 people died. It was a turning point in the Civil War. The Battle of
Gettysburg.
That is correct, sir. Look at you. You got a PhD today on Drew's College, Louis. It was like a little stumble out of the gate, and the next thing you know, it was like Secretariat. Boom. Right to
Thank
the
you
finish.
so much. Thanks for no trick questions.
No tricks. No tricks. Just treats here. We're getting ahead of Halloween. It's no tricks,
You
just
keep
treats.
up the good work.
Back-
Keep up the good work. Spread your message.
Back at you. All right. Thanks, Louis. We appreciate you there in Naples. 239-479-5592. A couple of things. DrewSteele.com, the website. If you want to watch and subscribe to the podcast, you can go to the website. And the 92.5 Fox News Field of Flags is truly inspirational. It's something to see. We'll talk about that coming up in just a minute.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Being the most experienced, Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida has conducted many FDA studies since 1971, including the first to perform laser cataract surgery, multifocal lens for cataracts, HD lens for distance clarity and accuracy, genetic screening for macular degeneration, the studies for implantable contact lenses, and dozens more. A world of better vision is right here in Southwest Florida. Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida, clearly the right choice.
All right, guys, who's excited about getting home today and finding out that your AC is now broken and it is 90 degrees outside?
Not me.
Matt and Justin here with Island Air with some great news for all of Southwest Florida. When the time comes to replace your old, outdated air conditioning system, you don't have to pull from any of your fund money to do so.
Many of our customers have had to sacrifice their vacation because of replacement of their air conditioning systems.
Now, for a limited time, we are including a vacation voucher with the purchase of your new home air conditioning system. Redeemable for cruises and luxury condos in many countries around the world.
Please take the opportunity to let Island Air take you to the islands or many other places around the world.
Rather than stressing about whether or not your air conditioning system is going to make it, call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
A flight will take off from Afghanistan. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. From an airport in Kabul, not another city where charter flights were not allowed to leave.
Reuters is reporting that Taliban authorities have agreed to let some 200 Americans and Afghan nationals depart Kabul airport on charter flights. Unclear if these people are among those stranded in northern Afghanistan.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. The U.S. had concerns about being unable to vet everyone on board those charter flights, but some Republicans are asking the Biden administration about the vetting of Afghans that left in last month's evacuation chaos. Congressman Mark Green's concerned about some held at Fort Pickett in Virginia.
They're letting them leave. They can catch an Uber and actually leave the base. They don't know exactly how many are even there, so they can't account for someone if they don't return.
There were 176,000 new COVID cases reported in the U.S. yesterday, another 2,100 plus deaths. Later today, President Biden will unveil a new strategy to fight this COVID Delta variant surge.
We'll return people to normal life. That's what our objective is.
Press Secretary Jen Psaki. The administration's also ready to fight Texas's new abortion law. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has the update live.
Dave, the Justice Department could file suit against Texas as soon as today, according to the Wall Street Journal. In a statement this week, Attorney General Merrick Garland said the state's abortion law, which bans a procedure after around 6 weeks of pregnancy, may violate the 1994 Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act. The White House has promised a whole-of-government response to the statute, which the U.S. Supreme Court allowed to take effect last week. Dave?
Rachel, a tropical storm that just formed yesterday, Mindy, is now a depression and could cause flooding in Georgia and South Carolina after hitting the Florida Panhandle, while in Louisiana, where hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses are still out of power. Hurricane Ida is now blamed for 26 deaths, 11 more added as heat-related deaths after the storm knocked out air conditioning. America's listening to Fox News.
Keeping you in the right lane for your drive home. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Wink News. Traffic.
Good morning. We still have that closure on McGregor Boulevard, north and southbound between Cypress Lake Drive and College Parkway because of an earlier crash involving a pedestrian. If you have to head that way right now, eastbound College Parkway coming off the Cape Coral Bridge is backed up, and we're also seeing backups building onto South Point Boulevard, which is an alternate route from that McGregor blockage. So you can take Winkler Road as your best alternate to get around the north and southbound closure on McGregor. Camelot Drive is the detour off of McGregor Boulevard, right near that crash scene. If you're coming northbound on McGregor Boulevard, you cannot get through at Cypress Lake Drive as well. So just head down Cypress Lake towards South Point or Winkler Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida, as we head throughout the remainder of today. Look out for a stray shower this morning, but our main chance for storms will be in the afternoon. Today, though, a drier than average day. Just some isolated storms, some hit-or-miss thunderstorms producing some heavy rain and lightning across the area as we head into this afternoon and into early this evening, with temperatures topping off just slightly above average near 92 degrees. We cool things down to a mild 77 to kick off your Friday morning, where more scattered thunderstorms will be in the forecast as we see our rain chances increase just briefly. Saturday, though, as we kick off the weekend, also looking slightly drier with isolated storms back across the area in a high of 93. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Looking for 92.5 Fox News online? Big news. You'll be all set when you go to rightallalong.net.
To honor and remember those who lost their lives in
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest-growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
License number CCC 1333045.
Did your roof weather the storm? Don't let leaks linger. Count on Crown Residential Services for all your roofing needs. Water damage can quickly become a big problem, but the Crown team is just a click away at crownroofing.com. Repairs, replacement, free estimates, and the Crown Guard maintenance program, so you can be prepared and stay prepared. Count on Crown for rapid, affordable, quality roofing solutions. Go to crownroofing.com. That's crownroofing.com.
Do you have chronic joint pain, knees hurting, hips aching? It's time to think about an exciting new way to treat joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions. I'm talking about QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, lots of people here have called QC Kinetics already. They're the leader in helping people deal with chronic pain with no surgery, no drugs, no steroids, and no downtime. These natural pain treatments can actually repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints with long-lasting results. I'm telling you, biologic solutions help your body heal itself. Call QC Kinetics to learn more at 239-893-PAIN. If you've got joint pain due to arthritis, lower back pain, shoulder, hips, or knee pain, you need to change the way you think about pain treatments and discover the biologic therapies at QC Kinetics. Get moving again. Get your life back with no surgery and no drugs. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Regenerative, restorative, real pain relief. 239-893-PAIN.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there and watch the program. You can also subscribe to the podcast. May I encourage you to go downtown Naples to 333 8th Street South, and there you will see a plot of land with American flags planted there, just about 3,000 of them. It's the 92.5 Fox News Field of Flags. As we memorialize and remember those that we lost on 9/11, we'll talk more about it tomorrow, and I would encourage you to go see it because it is impressive. A lot of people stopped by yesterday. We thank you for those that stopped by to help to put those flags in the ground and to remember, and it was emotional. Jake goes there and certainly attests to the fact that it's something to see. It does bring back a lot of memories, and it really puts things into perspective. And so while it will still be available to see through the weekend, I would encourage you to go there. Again, if you text the words flags, text the word flags to 239-479-5592. We'll kick back to you the address. And again, it's 333 8th Street South in downtown Naples. You can see it for yourself. All right, it is Thursday. We are always grateful for Thursdays, and Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, where there's a lot going on today. First of all, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Drew. How you doing? How does it feel to be the epicenter of everything important in Southwest Florida?
Yeah, it is. It's quite interesting how things have been playing out here lately. It's a little crazy. It's a little maddening in some ways with some of the news that we're hearing about. And I want to kind of focus on you and a little bit of your thoughts on some of the things that have transpired. Listen, according to Brian Deason, the National Economic Council director, boy, things are awesome. I have to play this piece of audio, and then I want you to comment on this because I mean, you know where I'm going with this, but here, for those that didn't get a chance to hear this, listen, everything is good. It's just a couple of little things here that are out of place. Listen to this here.
One of the interesting findings of the report that we put out today is that about half of the overall increase in grocery prices can be attributed to a significant increase in prices in 3 products, in beef, in pork, and in poultry.
Boy, it's a good thing that not a lot of people eat that kind of stuff. I mean, it's nothing to see here. So other than that, everything is fine, Congressman. We're good.
I mean, look, this administration is just, I mean, they're just downright silly with some of the stuff that they say and they think. They're like, oh, yeah, half the price increases on American families is with beef, poultry, and pork. You know, the things that we put on our plates every single day, you know, the things that we buy every single day to consume fuel, to consume the energy we need for, you know, life to continue to eat. And prices have skyrocketed under this administration. But the way they run this guy out is basically to be like, oh, nothing to see here. This is okay. I find it interesting that, of course, they don't send the president out there to make that kind of a statement, because it would be the most ridiculous thing any president ever said in his life. It's insane. But this administration is more focused on putting out words that sound good, as opposed to actually putting out information that is good, is real, and doing things that are just concrete and make sense in the lives of people in our country. It's really just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's how they are.
And with this in mind, let me play this little tiny clip of Nancy Pelosi yesterday again, who was talking about the reconciliation, this bill, and talking about infrastructure and trillions of dollars in spending that we're getting ready to do and talk about, and moving forward with that. And then she talks about climate change. And I love how she brought this up, because I'll just stop with a little portion of this clip and you'll see where I'm going in just a second.
We owe it to our children to pass on a planet in a very responsible way.
We owe it to our kids to pass on a planet in a responsible way, which to me is humorous, considering that during this conversation, she's also talking about passing on what? Trillions of dollars in spending. Hey, do the kids get affected by that? I wonder if they'll see or feel anything with the trillions of dollars that we're getting ready to spend.
You're absolutely right. I just roll my eyes when she says this stuff. When they were pushing through this budget reconciliation stuff in a rule, because let me remind the people at home, they started budget reconciliation by putting the package in a rule on the Voting Rights Act. We didn't actually vote on the floor for a 3.5 budget reconciliation process. They stuck it in the rule on the voting rights bill because they didn't want to put Democrats on the board of actually voting to start a $3.5 trillion budget process. So they deemed that it would pass if you voted for the rule on the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. That's how corrupt these guys are. So her to run around talking about, oh, we're doing this for the children to pass on a planet, that's just a flat out joke. What this is they are robbing our children. They're taking their money. And people think it's okay. People think, oh, well, infrastructure is cool. And then the other part is that you have Joe Biden out there talking about the flooding that's going on in New Jersey and New York and other parts of the country because of Hurricane Ida. And the solution is his $3.5 trillion budget bill, so we can build back better. Like, who would trust these people with $5 trillion? This is the problem. Because if you look at the way they actually execute their decisions, it is a joke. So who thinks that giving them trillions of dollars is going to make things better? This is highway robbery. That's exactly what this is. And they're taking money out of the hands of kids yet born and our kids who are in classrooms right now. Yeah. It's a travesty.
Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I would ask you this question because a lot of people have been asking me to ask you this question, especially considering everything that we have seen with this administration, with Afghanistan and the disaster, and how they're trying to spin out of this, and certainly with the talk of inflation, the talk about the border and the millions of people coming across, and now we have also this concern about what kind of mandates we might be talking about from this president, what he can and can't do, and where that's going to go, and this public-private partnership of, well, how that even looks. Are you hearing anything on Capitol Hill from Democrats who, behind closed doors, are seeing all of this? And even if it's the political side of it, even politically, I mean, and in front of cameras, they're going to talk a talk. But behind the scenes, do you hear anybody who sees this and politically knows that it's damaging and even damaging to the country, and that we may actually see some people behind the scenes vote for some things that we may not otherwise see in a positive way because of the political ramifications of things that nobody can deny is happening in front of their eyes?
Well, I got to tell you, I think that we haven't been up in D.C. in a couple of weeks.
Right.
So, obviously we haven't really seen each other much. I'll tell you, the last time we were on the floor and they were trying to get, even when they were trying to get the votes for this multi-trillion dollar package, which is going to spend about $70 trillion over a decade if they get it through. I mean, they were literally twisting arms on the floor, trying to get the quote-unquote moderate Democrats to get on board. They couldn't come to a decision. It took them to do this demon pass nonsense, which is how they got there. It's incredibly difficult for them to move anything at this point. So if there's ways to stop this massive spending bill now, or at a minimum slow it down, I'm not sure what else they'll be able to accomplish, because you got to understand, Joe Biden has no credibility. That's been shot. He's done that to himself.
Right.
They still have to try to run elections like next year and actually get people to vote for them. That's evaporating very quickly. There's only but so much that money can do with respect to what Nancy Pelosi can do. After a while, it's credibility of governance. They have none. It's going to be much harder for them to pass stuff. But I'll tell you, behind closed doors, there's a lot of Democrats who are furious. Well, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place because they supported an incompetent president. They have backed Nancy Pelosi, who's radical. The blue dog Democrats, the 2 or 3 that still exist, they've gone on with what the squad has wanted to do. They've allowed that to flourish, and now they don't know where to go, and they're stuck. And you know what? It's their fault. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. Well, no, you're right. By the way, I didn't even get a chance to talk to you about this because we haven't talked since then. Did you get censored on with did Big Tech censor you? Did you have?
Yeah, YouTube got me. Well, you know what it was, Drew? I was being factual and honest about what's going on.
You're not allowed to do that, Congressman. You can't be factual and honest. Haven't you learned yet? Oh my goodness! Go ahead. So what happened?
Well, I mean, look. The long and short, we were talking about mask mandates in schools, and I was like, look. The reality is that the Delta variant is it more contagious? Yes, it is. Is the mortality rate or the hospitalization rates any higher than the original strain? Actually, no, it's not. It's just more contagious. Has that been a change in the hospitalization and death rates with respect to children? No, it is not. And so if you look at what's going on, if you're going to say, well, we need mask mandates in school, then what you're really trying to say is that, the teachers aren't vaccinated or aren't making the decisions that teachers need to make, that adults need to make. Look, I'm going to be 100% real with you, Drew. If I was a teacher, I would have gotten vaccinated, because I would have been in an environment where I'm highly exposed to kids passing around not just COVID, but passing around flu, passing around all kind of stuff, because that's what happens when you're in a school. But with respect to children and their own health, children are no more susceptible to the worst effects of COVID-19 under the original strain or with the Delta variant. So based upon that information, I don't think you have to put in a mask mandate in schools. What we're doing now is we are basically genuflecting. We are virtue signaling across the country. And when you do that, you do create a resistance amongst people who just don't want to comply because they don't want to be told what to do by, frankly, a lot of people who they view as being inferior to them in the first place, because we talked about the credibility that comes from the top in this administration, not to mention the credibility of a lot of elected officials on the local level. They don't have any credibility with a lot of people. And so why would people just blindly follow what they say? We just need to give people the right information. Regeneron, which Governor DeSantis has opened up a couple clinics in Southwest Florida. One's in Bonita Springs. If you catch COVID-19, please go get the Regeneron antibody treatment. It has worked wonders for so many people in our community. If you're not vaccinated, you get COVID-19, get to Bonita Springs, take the Regeneron treatment. It really does work. It's incredibly helpful. If you're vaccinated, great. Congratulations. Thank you for what you did. If you had COVID-19 like I have and you haven't gotten vaccinated, you have a decision to make, but you're not nearly as susceptible as somebody who has not been vaccinated and who has not had COVID-19. And I want to stress those two populations, Drew, because when I talk to the medical community in Southwest Florida, not in front of the TV cameras with reporters and all that, and we have a frank conversation, the people who are in our ICUs right now have not been vaccinated and have not contracted COVID-19. That's the population that's in our ICUs right now. And it's unfortunate that this does happen, but that's the reality. So people need to take that real information and make a decision for themselves. I know this is the stuff that YouTube and Facebook like to censor people on, but those are the facts.
Yeah, and I wonder how this show is going to work out today.
Sorry, Drew.
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
That's okay. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter to me. But I mean, obviously, the people get the chance to hear you. That's what matters. And and a couple of things I would just say before we go. Number one, I can tell you firsthand, just in the past week, I've had a relative who is over the age of 70 who is not vaccinated, who took a monoclonal antibody locally and is now fine. And I'm just telling you it's anecdotal. It's one person. I'm just telling you that I am always concerned that we don't talk enough about therapeutics. The governor has brought that up. It frustrates me to no end. The fact that if somebody were to bring up the fact that about getting a therapeutic so you don't end up in hospital, so you don't have people going to a microphone and saying we're overwhelmed, that somehow you're dismissed. Like it's an outrageous thing to say, which to me is an outrage. Because that's where we should be 18 plus months into this. And we all know it. And the other thing, go ahead.
You want me to tell you something funny? The political left and big media are so much into this non-binary talk of people can be gender fluid. They can think 30 different things. They can change who they want to be at a moment's notice. You have to signal to what their identity is, not what the actual biology is. Those same people refuse to acknowledge the fact that we have therapeutics that do work. And they live in this binary vaccinated, unvaccinated world with COVID-19, completely ignoring a lot of the nuance in the data. That's what's so frustrating with them. Yeah. Because you're right, Drew. Regeneron works. It is legitimate. Other states should be doing it. The president's going to come out with some new COVID-19 strategy today. What he should be talking about are the therapeutics that do exist and make sure that they're available because the federal government bought these things, by the way. This isn't something that Florida just said, hey, we're buying a bunch of Regeneron. The stockpiles were already purchased by the feds. Yeah. We're just using them. That's the truth. They don't want to get into that stuff. It's maddening sometimes.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And to your point, I think you're spot on as usual. And it's like, man, how do we not have this conversation? How is it just one way or the other? It's not binary, especially considering all the evidence that we have and everything that we know. And it's I don't want to go any further than that, but suffice to say that that's the conversation that needs to be happening moving forward is that if you really, truly want to talk about anything, whether it's inflation or whether it's this president or whether it's about the vid or whether it's about the border, man, you better come with the evidence and the facts. And you better be able to have that debate and that discussion. And if the discussion ends up with you flipping me off or saying something negative and walking away, then we know where you stood the whole time. And we're seeing too much of that. We need to really talk about these things and be evidence-based and data and science-based. We're told that the left is always like that. And we're the ones that just want to destroy the planet because Mother Nature's mad at Republicans. I had no idea Mother Nature speaks to Nancy Pelosi, but apparently in her ear she does. And it probably sounds like Joe Biden whispering into a microphone. That kind of creepy.
Hey, Drew, listen, man. There's no problem they can't solve as long as they take more of your money.
Yeah. Well, can they stop, please? I'd like to solve some of my own problems for a change. Can we do that? Can we open it up to my own individual choices? Maybe one day. All right, Congressman Byron Donalds, we always appreciate you, and thanks so much, and we'll see you soon. All the best.
All right. See you, Drew.
239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Constant repairs, higher energy bills, and lower air quality can all result from an HVAC system needing an upgrade. At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, we have several options to fit your lifestyle and budget. Visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1-HOUR to schedule your AC consultation.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime. 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, yeah.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $70 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash-out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. AC by Florida Comfort Systems helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems to hear more about how we can help you feel healthier and happier in your home. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today or visit us online at acbyfcs.com.
License number CAC 057065.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
I'm Lois Tomey from Wink. As Wink continues the fight to feed hungry families, we also focus on our culinary community. It's our yearly celebration, Wink Taste of the Town. Good food for a good cause. This year, dozens of local restaurants will fill Centennial Park November 6th and 7th. Tempting treats, tasty tipples, live music, and family fun. Will your restaurant be part of this tasteful tradition? Sign up at tasteofthetown.net. Wink feeds families of all kinds. Wink Taste of the Town. It's all in good taste.
Introducing the FPL Energy Manager, a new way to take control of your energy use and your bill.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I've been telling you how to pick the best air conditioning company for years now, but here's a little reminder. At Kobe Cooling, we have a 100% NATE certified mechanic team. There are no other companies in Southwest Florida that even come close. We give you a better trained and certified mechanic, like my dad or my Uncle Mike. So, when you need service, there's only one real choice. Kobe Cooling at 239-482-1542. Again, at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Looking for 92.5 Fox News online? Big news. You'll be all set when you go to rightallalong.net.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. The controversial Texas abortion law is about to get challenged in court.
The Justice Department could file suit against Texas as soon as today, according to the Wall Street Journal. In a statement this week, Attorney General Merrick Garland said the state's abortion law, which bans the procedure after around 6 weeks of pregnancy, may violate the 1994 Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act. The White House has promised a whole-of-government response to the statute, which the U.S. Supreme Court allowed to take effect last week.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar has announced on Twitter she's been treated for breast cancer and the treatment went well. And claims for first-time jobless help for last week came in. It's a new pandemic low. They fell to 310,000, a drop of 35,000 from the prior week. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Still dealing with major backups and a closure heading along McGregor Boulevard between College Parkway and Cypress Lake Drive from an early morning crash scene. If you are heading that direction right now, you'll want to avoid McGregor altogether, especially southbound traffic's being diverted onto Camelot Drive, but it is backed up coming off of College Parkway and the Cape Coral Bridge right now. Winkler Road, South Point Boulevard are both good alternate routes. You could also take 41 or Summerlin. Heading through Daniels Parkway at State Road 82, we also have a crash we're watching in Lehigh Acres. That is causing some roadblock right now. Another busy stretch in Estero on Corkscrew Road, right near Bellaterra Boulevard and Three Oaks Parkway. A couple of crashes to watch out for out there. Another crash in Lehigh at Gunnery Road North and 16th Street West. And at College Parkway and FSW Parkway, a crash popping up likely because of some of those backups in the area around the McGregor crash with possible roadblock. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida, as we head throughout the remainder of today. Look out for a stray shower this morning, but our main chance for storms will be in the afternoon. Today, though, a drier than average day. Just some isolated storms, some hit-or-miss thunderstorms producing some heavy rain and lightning across the area as we head into this afternoon and into early this evening, with temperatures topping off just slightly above average near 92 degrees. We cool things down to a mild 77 to kick off your Friday morning, where more scattered thunderstorms will be in the forecast as we see our rain chances increase just briefly. Saturday, though, as we kick off the weekend, also looking slightly drier with isolated storms back across the area in a high of 93. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes, Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-Shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
Replace your AC today, go on a cruise tomorrow. Island Air wants to send you to the island. Matt here from Island Air of Southwest Florida with some great news.
Decisions. Do I buy an air conditioner? Do I take a vacation? For a limited time, Island Air is offering you both in one package.
Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive, but that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,500. No down payment required.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line. If you go to the website, drewsteele.com, that's the place that you can watch the program. And we do appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. There's a link right there on the website as well. It's a simple website. It's basic. It's set up so that you can look on your smart device, smartphone. It's just like an app. So you can watch at your convenience. We do appreciate that. We're going to talk about the 92.5 Fox News Field of Flags in just a little bit as we remember 9/11. Tomorrow is going to be a big day for us here, so we will discuss on the way. But first, the top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
Will exposure sites be put back in place, especially with reopening and people going back to pubs and stuff? Because our exposure sites still, will they be put back in place to be listed once we are reopening? Because they're not at the moment.
We will be looking at what contact tracing looks like in the New World Order.
We're going to be looking at what contact tracing looks like in the New World Order. That is the Australian public health chief who is getting questioned by people in Australia, where they have locked down in a way that you can't even describe. The way that Australia has locked down, with camps that you have to go to if you are COVID positive for 14 days, going away from family members and isolating from society, and the kind of lockdowns that they have done. And when are we going to get to some kind of normal? The reporter was asking, and that they're going to look at what contact tracing looks like in the New World Order. Well, can you tell us? Can you expand a little bit on this New World Order thing? We've got questions.
Number 4. What we are working to do, and nor are we rushing to recognition, there's a lot they have to do before that. What we are working to do is to engage with them, because they oversee and control Afghanistan right now, to get American citizens, legal permanent residents, SIV applicants out of Afghanistan. We have to engage with them.
To engage with them, their new acting interior minister is a Haqqani network terrorist. He's wanted for a bombing that killed 6 people, including an American. He's believed to have participated in cross-border attacks against U.S. troops. There's a $10 million bounty on his head. Why are we engaging?
Should we not talk to the people who are overseeing Afghanistan and just leave it and not get the rest of the American citizens out?
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. So that's Jen Psaki admitting not only that there are abandoned Americans there that are being controlled on the ground by the Taliban and terrorists. By the way, one of those terrorists is now responsible for killing Americans and a part of the government there in Afghanistan. But nothing to see here. Listen, everything is fine. The process is perfect. We're just moving along. Everything is smooth. It's like butter.
Number 3.
What else was she supposed to do in that moment? She was pretty fed up. This was not a situation where she could engage in constructive dialogue. She's forced to ride the bus every day to school and see these people, and she was done, and she expressed herself. So I'm proud of my daughter, and I'm fine with that.
She is proud of her daughter. What a segment on CNN. A proud mom sitting next to a proud daughter as they together talked to CNN about how awesome it was that those people that were out there, the anti-mask people that didn't want mask mandates in their school, and the daughter flipped off the people, the anti-maskers from the bus. The 14-year-old flips off the people that are concerned about masks and mask mandates and what they're doing in the school and what could be coming up next. And the mom is proud, and CNN is laughing and joking and having a grand old time with the mom, who feels like, listen, we're not going to talk to these people, so if we can't have a conversation with them, then flipping them off is what we should be doing, and I could not be prouder. That's pretty sad, is it not?
Number 2.
This is never easy. That's not always complete right from the start. But it was remarkable, even though it got off to a hazy start.
A hazy start. Hey, is that the haze that comes out of Nancy Pelosi's ice cream drawer in her house when she's trying to figure out what flavor of ice cream she would like to have and doesn't know which one because she can't see through all that haze? And No, that's not what that was. That was just the haze of the early days and the leaving of Afghanistan. And listen, there were a couple of hiccups. I mean, a couple of people may have died, but it's not that big a deal. I mean, everything is fine. It was a success, quite successful. It's what Nancy Pelosi is saying to everybody who thinks that there may be a problem with what's been going on in Afghanistan, and it's nothing to see. Hey, does anybody want some chocolate chip?
Number 1.
Because I might add, I notice when you all do that, everybody benefits. Whether they belong to a union or not. Whether they belong to a union.
Yeah, there's Crispy. There's Joe Biden, president of the United States. I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, there's Whisper Guy. I was going to say there's Whisper Guy, Joe Biden, and I don't know why I was saying crispy.
You're thinking about bacon.
I am thinking about bacon. It's not a day that goes by where bacon is not on my mind. Right? Where's there some? That's Joe Biden, who was talking to labor unions and doing his creepy whisper. That's what I was going to say. The creepy whisper voice. That is...
Everybody benefits.
Everybody, yeah, that's... Okay. Can he stop doing that? It's a...
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Is that too much to ask for the president of the United States? Is it possible that when you're talking to labor unions, look, lots of questions about speaking to labor unions and how there are a few people there and how the staff is muting him on the TVs and kind of has fingers covering their eyes and maybe their ears when he goes off the teleprompter and speaks, and how there's nervous energy in the room when it comes to all of this. No, that's been reported by Politico that's actually going on with the staff there around Joe Biden. But then when he's talking about the economy and growth.
Making progress.
Yeah.
Our economy has added 750,000 jobs a month on average during the past 3 months since I've been here. There are more than 4 million jobs since I took office. In the first half of this year, our economy grew fast at a fastest rate in 40 years.
Yeah, there's something to be said about that fastest rate in 40 years and all the numbers that he's bringing up. Because, when you're at 0, if you get up to 1, boy, that is some big-time growth right there. By the way, how did the numbers look today? Didn't we just get a report on how the numbers look today? They're not good, everybody. People are not going back to work. We're not seeing the kind of growth that this president seems to be bragging about. That is happening. We're not seeing it. It's almost as if this government is competing with the private sector when it comes to monies and people on the sidelines to go back to work. Wouldn't that be weird? I mean, there is this story.
Breaking news. A bombshell.
It's not really breaking news, but anyway. Yeah, Bidenomics, job openings soar, but Americans have not gone back to work. Widespread job openings have been a talking point for Republicans who oppose extending a $300 weekly federal unemployment benefit. This is from Just the News, and we come to find out now that even more jobs are sitting on the sidelines. And as this money is going to go away, there are people specifically who have said that there are millions of vacancies, small businesses across the nation. They're desperate for workers. And according to a Morning Consult survey from July, you remember this, almost 2 million people said they turned down job offers because they prefer to receive government unemployment payments. And why not? It's quite a chunk, and you can sit back and play Fitness Fit Warcraft Part 7, where Jake gets to fight against other people all across the country in some kind of imaginary land, and he can collect checks. His buddies. That's him. That's not Jake. That's other people that are doing it. But nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Move along. So he knows what he's talking about, and everybody benefits. There's Joe Biden talking to some labor folks. A couple of things that he also did say yesterday. He did get on the teleprompter that message of what to do once he's done speaking. And there is that question that's...
So, folks, you do it all. I'm sorry to go on so long, but I can't thank you enough for all you've done for the country and what you've done for me over my career. You've educated me, you've brought me along, and you've always been there. Now, I'm supposed to stop and walk out of the room here. I'm going to stop. But with your permission, I'm going to walk into the room because I want to say hello.
You're already in the room, Joe. What are you talking about? But anyway, there he is, Joe Biden, who is doing his best Animal House impersonation, right? We learned that today, right? It's reading off the teleprompter.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Don't read off the teleprompter what it says. Yeah, so there's his best Animal House impersonation that Jake the Millennial had no idea that there was a movie named Animal House, and that's what they did. I state your name. You just learned that today, right?
I did.
I know he's frustrated with Joe Biden and how he just can't get that point across.
He can't get it together.
Nope, he can't. Stock market's doing great, everybody.
By the way, the stock market's gone up exponentially since I've been president.
Woo!
You haven't heard me say a word about it.
Well, you just did now.
I'm glad it's gone up. No problem.
Yeah, no problem. It's going up, and it's on my watch. And there is something to be said about government free money and how Wall Street loves free money and how it's flooding the marketplace and how that works and all that free money. You look at that and the market loves it. Market loves more money. Cheap money. Are you kidding? No interest. You better believe it. You keep the low interest, no interest rates going, and you keep all that money coming in from the Fed. Wait. You're talking about stopping all of that? You would watch the market just go, whoa! Yeah, there is that little dirty little secret about how cheap money doesn't stay cheap forever, everybody. Sooner or later, there's going to have to be a pullback. It's going to have to happen. It can't stay like this forever. And sooner or later, the feds are going to have to realize that you can't keep pumping money at it. Well, I mean, liberals, they can. The Marxist socialists, they don't have any problem bringing down the entire country. Is that really true? I mean, is that hyperbolic? Should I not say that? I wonder if that's fair. I mean, like, for example, it would be really wrong of me to it would be really wrong of me to say something like that, right? Like the left in this country hates, despises, let's say, the Constitution. And let's say that maybe there are people in the federal government who work in places like the National Archives, leftists that are over there who think that if you're getting ready to read the Constitution, let me just make up something really ridiculous. Hold on. Let me think of something. Okay, this would be funny. Wouldn't it be ridiculous and funny if you went to the National Archives and there was a trigger warning on the Constitution and some other founding documents because, they're concerned about language and woke and... I mean, that would be something that's a...
Breaking news. A bombshell.
Oh, wait, this just handed to me. Yeah, that's exactly what they did, everybody. Hey, go visit the National Archives website. The National Archives slapped a harmful content warning on the Constitution. Yeah, that actually happened. That if you read the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and other significant historical documents, it might be harmful or difficult, quote unquote, for some users to view. That's where we are right now. Who would put something like that in place? The Federalists talk about some of the specifics there. Reflect racist, sexist, ableist, misogynistic, misogyny, nor, and xenophobic opinions and attitudes could be discriminatory towards or exclude diverse views on sexuality, gender, religion, and more. I mean, it goes on. It's crazy, but it's there now. So now you go to the National Archives and you just want to read the Constitution and you got to warn your buddy over there who might get triggered by all of this. And who's getting triggered? Why would they do that? It would be better. It would be better if it didn't exist. I mean, right? If you're a Marxist, leftist, Democrat, socialist media member, all the same thing. Hey, you probably would love that because you wouldn't have to worry about people being triggered. Why don't we just get rid of it altogether? If we would rewrite this thing, man, we could really help a lot of people. Can you imagine the kind of narcotics use that's going on today with certain individuals who just can't get past a day without knowing that they live in a country that is every ist and obia in the world? And we would really save some lives. We could really do that. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. Yeah. I hate to leave you with that, so I won't. Let's put that aside for just a second, because there's got to be something else to talk about. And there is. Before we go, I wanted to make mention of tomorrow's program. Certainly, we are going to focus on the 20th anniversary of 9/11, even though we're talking about the weekend, but it'll be the show before the weekend. So I wanted to make sure I have an opportunity to speak with you and your thoughts and your memories of that day. We have memorialized the people that we have lost on 9/11 that day with the 92.5 Fox News Field of Flags. It's impressive. And like I've discussed all morning long, people stopped by yesterday as many people here were putting those flags in the ground. It is a field right in downtown Naples. You can't miss it. 333 8th Street South. And when you see it, you can't help but get emotional. You see these flags that represent each individual who died that day on 9/11, and many people were moved. They began to tell stories and talk about their memories of 20 years ago. And so we're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to have that discussion, and I would encourage you to go and see this 92.5 Fox News Field of Flags if you get an opportunity to do so today, tomorrow, Saturday morning. If you text the word flags to 239-479-5592, you'll get a kickback with the address so you can see it there. And we will see you here coming up tomorrow. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along. We appreciate you watching and listening this morning. We'll find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up with Wink News meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Well, after a chance for a stray shower this morning, look for a drier than average day today with some isolated storms